third episode of the SERPs of the Week podcast. Here we discuss what goes into ranking higher for a specific search term. Your host, my name is Alina Maskalova, and let me introduce you our podcast guest. Lukasz, hello, it's Lukasz Zelezny. I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous. So Lukasz is one of the most prominent experts in the SEO field. He started his career back in 2005, and ever since he's been responsible for the organic performance of a number of companies. Just to name a few, HomeAway, Thomson Review, Reuters, the digital property groups, and honestly many others. He also travels a lot to speak at many SEO and social media conferences and has been recognized as one of the top 10 UK influencers and judges of UK Search Awards. Lukasz, I'm so
Hello.
excited meeting you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, honor, and privilege to be with you and with all our listeners today. Thank you for such a nice introduction. Thank you for invitation. I think it's especially very important for me that it's run by Alex. I know Alex for so many. I think more than a decade. That was one time in London. I think we met 10 or 15 years ago, maybe even, and yeah, it's fantastic to see that this new series is now on and that we can share some thoughts with our listeners. And sorry for my voice, but today, like every day, I was on calls with my clients, so I'm waking up at 6 or 5 a.m. and I'm carrying on and helping making SEO better around the world.
Gosh, do you wake up that early every single day?
No, I'm just trying to be a bit more dramatic. Not every single day. Sometimes I'm waking up at 6. You know, my cat is waking me up at morning. My cat is like, "Hey, dude, it's time to wake up." And then I'm going. I have my porridge. My computer is ready, and I'm just checking a bit of news, and then I'm starting doing calls and doing some other stuff. Pretty much like 95% SEO.
Great. So, by the way, where's your hat? I
My
mean,
hat. This is my home hat. As you know, I'm for last 5 years. I'm working from home, and it would be very hot to have a hat, the normal traditional one. Also, headphones wouldn't fit, so I decided to have this one. From 2018, I moved completely on my own consultancy, SEO London, and since then I'm working from home. So that's more comfortable to work like that from home. But when there is conference, you will still see me with a hat.
and what would be the most favorite color of the hat?
Gray hat, or red hat, or blue hat. Oh
Honestly,
wow! When you
the
have
blue
all these
one.
things, wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow! That was literally like 15 years, almost like yeah, long time, long time.
All right. So we are here today to discuss some um, one search term. It's corporate cards. Do you agree with SEMrush's estimation about the difficulty? I would need to see the slides now.
Yes. So if we're talking about the difficulty on SEMrush, first of all, I'm a SEMrush boy. I'm a SEMrush boy. I was with SEMrush so long time ago that when they started charging for access, I was like, "What? You need to pay for this now? How come? This should be for free. This should be, that was that long. It was, I think, 2007 or 8. I don't want to dramatize too much. But if you ask me specifically about the metric, keyword difficulty is one of the metric that really resonate with me. I really like this metric. I think there are other metrics that maybe I am not jumping immediately on, but the search volume, keyword difficulty, and CPC, estimated CPC, that's are the one that I'm working with. So if you're asking me, long story short, keyword difficulty is definitely something that I am following.
What about this specific search term, corporate cards? Do
I
you
would,
agree with this?
I would say that this is relatively low, so relatively easy. I would say that corporate card, I would expect that it will be maybe even higher, 70 to 80, I would expect. If it's 67, I still agree because obviously SEMrush have lots of data behind. But naturally, it is the difficult term. You know, in my previous life, I was working in USwitch, which is a price comparison website. Many products, commercial products, one of the big section was credit cards. And first of all, comparing prices in UK is like a national sport. People love comparing prices of everything. So you can imagine that there is lots of websites which is trying to serve the right content. So it was really appropriate to make sure that to believe that these things are difficult. And what we did, we yeah, this is this is the old usage logo. What we did, we were trying to fight with other websites, which are like Money Supermarket, Compare the Market, Go Compare, and so on and so on and so on. So I not even having access to this keywords and the value of this, I could tell that yeah, majority of them are very difficult to rank on. So if someone would say like I'm going to launch a blog which will be about credit cards, I would say like good luck.
Yeah. So, by the way, I have to agree with you. It is very hard to rank for that keyword. And by the way, just a few days ago, it was 73. So you're basically right that it was supposed to be a
Mm.
lot higher. So it was like a hard search term
It
to rank for.
it may change also during the year because of the tax year and so on and so on. So yeah, in some maybe because March April is end of the tax year, maybe that have influenced just the theory.
Okay. How do you feel about the finance niche overall? Yeah, I know you've mentioned that it's really hard to rank for like credit cards. Those are really high competitive keywords, but overall, SERPs and
I think
finance.
finance niche is one of the most difficult. The main reason why it's so difficult to rank it is because it's very lucrative, very prominent niche, and that's only one thing. The other thing is we're talking about credit cards, and credit cards you have providers, yeah, like Amex, Mastercard, Visa, Diners Club, and there is probably a couple of more. Then you have price comparisons, which are trying to compare these cards. Then you may have other type of the so you know you have like a big buckets of type of the websites, but people when they searching let's say best credit card, and sometimes they really don't care if they are landing on price comparison website or on the provider. So you have bucket of providers, bucket of comparison website which are fighting each other to secure very high positions.
Yeah, that's totally true. By the way, when you go, can we scroll down? Yes, we can. Okay, so here we would see some really big names like American Express,
Yeah,
Stripe, Bankrate, Visa, and here's Rippling.
exactly. It was higher 2 days ago.
Yes,
It was
yes.
eight.
Yeah, and 2 days ago, like I mentioned before, the keyword difficulty was a lot higher. So it's moving, it's dynamic, and Triplin is like less known brand. So why do you think it ended up here, like in top 10? It's still at top 10.
I was doing a bit of research because obviously our listeners need to know that we were talking a little about what we can present. So I done a bit of research, trying to answer what makes the Riplink corporate cards page ranking quite high, and what really makes me what makes me very what I attached to is a backlink profile. The first thing or second thing I would check if you could go to a domain and just open the domain in the backlinks analyzer on SEMrush, then
Just a moment.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, backlink analytics and
Oh, sorry.
link building backlink analytics above the above one.
Just a moment. Not sure. Okay, yes.
Yeah, and if you type the domain here, not even like the desired page, you and then you will so riplink in the yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
moment. Not
yeah,
sure.
you can.
Yeah, I see how.
Yeah, and let's take only the domain name and nothing
Just.
else
Mm-hmm.
without this desired page, and go to the anchor text distribution. Anchors. Yeah, and now take a look what's going on here. Riplink, apply, visit website, riplink icon, riplink, careers, see riplink, riplink.com, website, yada yada yada, visit site, corporate cards. You see that? At the bottom right now,
Yes.
559.
Yes.
So it's quite old school technique, but seems to work. Um, that there is plenty of backlinks with the words corporate cards below expense management. When you're looking on the link profile, this is not something that would appear so high just because of. I think there is a little human help. I don't want to put too hard statement because like chapeau bar, respect, they are ranking number 8 or 10. That's fine. But when you click on this 559 next to the corporate card, you will see something interesting. Uh, that is the quality of this website that are linking to corporate card credit cards page with corporate cards anchor text. And you can see that what we have here is sorted descending by authority. It's going very sharply down. 22, 11, 10, 7, and then there will be plenty of pages with two or one or very very low quality, very very low authority, maybe not quality, authority. And if you will now wait for a moment, like daily dailynewsera.com, and you will click on this little square just to open this page, then you will see that it looks to me like some form of, you know, what we want to say, a form
Yes.
of like very specific group of blocks which are designed for a specific activity. So what I'm trying to say, like, again, don't quote me, maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, it is like kind of like exactly. I didn't wanted to say, but again, I am not feeling comfortable to take a statement because I don't want to hurt somebody saying something that maybe not precisely right. And I was unable to check all this website, but you can very often see that there are that websites which are pretending to be blog full of links, and I think here will be at least couple of links to Riplink on this article. You can find this corporate card here if you Control F, and you will search for corporate.
And
Yeah,
also expense management.
yeah. Whenever corporate card exists, expense management will follow. So yeah,
True.
and let's see. Bill pay, is bill pay also pointing to Ripley? There was a third one in the same line or the line
Um,
below.
wait, I want to also. Oh no, that's not what. Just a second. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you see, like that's our very much like doing link building on exact anchor match, which is a keyword with a high search volume, high difficulty. Somehow it works, and also Riplink seems to be a legit website. So from the user perspective, if they are typing corporate cards, why not?
So yeah, as you mentioned, some human
Yeah.
touch is pretty obviously here. What I've noticed is that among top ranking pages, you would see landing pages and blogs. What would you personally choose to rank, a blog page or a landing page?
So first, what I always say, blogs often seems to be easier to rank, but they convert way worse than landing pages, which are harder to rank, but they are converting better. I think the best way is to not to try to open the doors that been already open. So what I'm normally checking it is what type of a content is ranking in the SERPs for given keyword. And I will give you an example before we will go into this. If someone is typing Asana alternative, you will see there, for example, ClickUp and a couple of other guys with a blog post. Doesn't matter, but there is other layer of this that is always a list of options, list of 20, 30 tools described, and when person is searching Asana alternatives, he won't. This is like plural. He want to have a list of options. Yeah. The same like compare credit cards. They want to have a list of cards, not like a blog post which is saying like back in the day, like 15 years ago, why comparing cards is important and why you should always compare credit cards and yada yada yada. 5,000 words of faffing around about nothing. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. The second thing, typing that keyword and going to SERP and seeing what are the results there, what are the type of the pages that are there. Sometimes it can be even PDF. There are websites which are collecting manuals, manuals of all the white goods and brown goods, all the models. Manual is something that you're losing the first, and then you're like, oh, come on, how to do this? And you're typing the model, and there is like lots of websites which are offering for free these PDFs. So first, type this keyword, check the SERP, and if you will see 2 blog posts and 8 landing pages, probably you should go with landing pages.
Okay, makes makes complete sense.
I
Even
hope
though
I did. I hope I'm not going around too much, But this is my problem. I'm always talking.
no, that's good. Personally, like I would want to see. I'm putting myself in the searcher shoes, so I would want to see facts. Really quickly compare propositions that are on the market. So I guess I would want to see some sort mixture of like a blog post and landing page. But yeah, I believe in blog posts. That's me. you know,
Yeah, I mean, blog post is much nicer, much easier to write, much faster. It's a bit like you can,
safer as well.
yeah, you can brief content writer. You can tell content writer how to write. By the way, if it's about briefing, I need to tell about my little baby SEOwind.io, which is great for a briefing. But you can brief that content writer, and they can deliver. For landing page, is much more planning, which elements, where we will put reviews, this that FAQs. It's not really much like copy paste text. It's much more design job and so on.
Yeah, I totally agree. Uh, Also, in the top 10 results, we see two comparison pages. They are
Yes,
best corporate credit cards and yeah, best
I am
corporate.
surprised. I am surprised that we see only two. I would say that we should see much more. If you could open one more window and type, I don't know where you have different location right now, but in UK when you type balance transfer credit cards, then I can tell you typing balance transfer credit card, we have money. We have what? Compare the market is first. What a surprise!
I'm in Poland.
You are in Poland, so maybe you will have a different results. But when I type balance transfer credit card, then I see first and second compare the market money saving expert, two comparison websites, then HSBC Santander Capital One providers, then again Money Supermarket, which is price comparison website, and then I have one, two, three providers, use switch comparison, and SERPs, which is a news website or whatever. Yeah. So out of 10, I see good amount of comparison website. For comparison website, probably like five providers and one news website. I don't know what you see on when you type compare. Yeah, so you see here Money Supermarket, and then Nerd Wallet, which is, yeah, Nerd Wallet is kind of like a
Comparison.
comparison. Yeah,
It is.
American Express provider card rates comparison. Stripe is a different category. It's neither provider, neither comparison. Is a processor. Is a payment processor. So you see, Bankrate is another comparison. Mastercard, Visa providers, Forbes News, and by the way, this Forbes is a news portal, but their page is very much like comparison. So you can see that it's a mixture, predominantly of comparisons and providers.
It is a mixture. But I wanted to talk about Merchant Maverick and card rates. That
Hmm.
in the URL it says best corporate credit cards or corporate credit cards, so it's like obviously a comparison. And both of the websites have DR below, like a little above, sorry, 70, while the rest have like 90 plus. Also, these both websites have like very, let's say, moderate number of referring domains. Why
I
do
think I think this number of domains will be to that specific pages. But yes, I agree with you. And the question is why.
yeah, and yet they're still here. Like just
So
look at this.
if I would know definite answer on this question, I would probably be a billionaire. Yeah, you know. So I can only do some assumptions that first of all DR, which is always said, it's a metric provided by third part website. The third part like HFs or there is SEMrush, which have similar metric, MOS, and so on and so on. And it's not always it's never taking all the factors of that Google is considering into ranking website. And it's very easy to compare these results in Bing and in Yahoo, that there will be different websites and different positions. Second thing is that you see card rates is pretty much about credit cards. Yeah, when Stripe is about various things because it's a payment processor. I cannot say for Merchant Maverick because I don't know this website, but if website like card rates is very much spinning around the topic of credit cards, then I would say it's easier to convince. Yeah, it looks like Merchant Maverick is about everything rather than only credit cards. But the first one, card rates, is pretty much about credit cards. So the website which are straight to the point. Let's say, you know, you may see situation that very nice Christmas tree. There is a one small website which is selling actually very nice Christmas tree and is beating Amazon, who is selling very nice Christmas tree amongst of millions of other products. But this one website is very to the point. That's why have an advantage to beat even such a big website like Amazon. Otherwise, if that wouldn't be possible, then Google results would be spinning around a couple of hundred same websites over and over, and no one who is a small player would be able to rank.
I'm actually happy to see those small websites ranking really high and outranking some giants. Like it gives me hope, honestly.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and I think this is fair. And you know, at the end of the day, small website also can become a big website on some point. And so, Nerd Wallet probably like I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe even like a small website. Someone started and good decision being taken over the time and started growing. And now we can see this in the featured snippet actually, yeah, because it's in the featured snippet, so position zero.
Yeah, it is. Okay, how do you feel about long URLs? See, the majority of URLs here are really long. Do you think it's a ranking factor here?
It doesn't look like in such a big website. It doesn't look like. Think about let's say Mastercard. Mastercard have .us. Then is the language, business, large enterprise. It's. I think what you see here is also a lot of legacy. What you see here is lots of legacy. Lots of these pages existed long time ago when people maybe were less concerned about construction of URL, especially our friends from Visa, which is run your business, commercial solution, enterprise government card, corporate and card, enterprise government .html. And what seems to be here, it is probably that these URLs are so old and ranking relatively so good that every SEO that is coming is like, dude, don't touch it. Don't touch it because you know
Because
what
you
I mean.
in it.
Yeah, because we will get like you don't want to have a situation like yeah we have nice we dropped by 40 position but yeah but now we have a lovely URL. There is also one more thing maybe worth to mention to our audience. The URL structure doesn't need to mimic the breadcrumbs, doesn't need to mimic the the map of the website, not a sitemap per se, like a map where things are. Sometimes people are, I met this like they thinking that if Visa have run your business, commercial solution, enterprise, then everything need to be like that, nested in the categories and so on and so on. No, it doesn't necessarily need to be like that. So breadcrumbs doesn't need to mimic the URLs.
I agree with you here, like totally. Um, Speaking about legacy, do you think it's mostly legacy, or is there any competitive advantage of having some solid backlinks here? Do backlinks work here?
I think in finance, definitely, it will be very hard to impossible to rank here without backlinks or with little backlinks. And as far as I know, in this industry is a normal practice to build more and more and more and more backlinks. So everyone is feeling pressure over the other that they are doing this. We need also to do this. Yeah. And like I think that's why uh, finance market been always a very strong about following backlinks, and you could see this in the this our lovely example, which is rippling. They maybe this is not the best example of link building that I saw in my career, but it's example that works, and that's what should be said here, and that what makes this spot on.
And look, these pages, they have very different number of backlinks. Some have quite big number, while others just very few.
I think there is very big impact also on the element of a brand. So, for example, and I'm not looking at the backlinks. I'm looking at the domains that linking, because backlinks can be, you know, thousands of backlinks from one domain and it looks good on the paper, but it doesn't make any difference. So if we look on the column domains, NerdWallet 32, American Express 870. Definitely American Express is known brand. It's a brand that like lots of people recognize. The same with SERPs, potentially Stripe. Merchant Maverick I never heard about. Mastercard, it is not mastercard.com, it's Mastercard US. So, like I would say this also makes an impact. Um, the Visa, this is a very deep URL. So I would say that American, also the factor of how long the page is live is something that should be taken into consideration. Is this 1, 2, or 10, 15 years? If you for example go to price comparison website area, which I am very familiar, especially for UK, and you will do uswitch.com slash maybe I can share my screen. So let me share my screen. Is that all right, Alina?
Yes, 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 you can do that.
Okie dokie, share screen. And which screen? So I don't show something strange. Sharing now. So you see, like, if we will go credit cards and we will go here, then I don't know. Oh, maybe we can go to Money Supermarket. The Money Supermarket is first, and this URL is super old. It's as old as carbon under the soil. Take a look. How many years of gathering data and gathering links and more links and more links and more links. We can go to Web Archive and we can see how this page, which looks, in my opinion, and I'm not a designer, but looks very modern, nice, sweet and sleek and crispy, and I can only say really well designed page. Obviously, different story here, but here we are in 2006. Internet is widely accessible for 11 years. So obviously you can see how big, and this is also really fun, great fun to see how the website was changing over the years and so on and so on. So that factor will be very important. Now, if we will go to corporate cards and we will go here, you see we have American Express, we have Stripe, but we have also what we had there. We had Visa. Visa USA. Let's try to see if I will get this. I will not get this URL. Anyway, we can take, for example, Stripe. So for Stripe, I have here corporate credit card. And what I can do, I can go back to this lovely web archive. And you see, this page under this URL exists only from 2019. 2006 versus 2019. That is 14, 13 years. I'm a bit tired. My brain doesn't work. But lots of years. And every year, every day, there was a chance to get some backlinks or there was a chance to influence. So the age also will have a massive impact on the number of backlinks and its quality. Because this is also like we used to think about backlinks very linear way, which means what is the DA of the domain? Is 20. I don't want this link. Why? Because it's too low. It's too low today, tomorrow, maybe in a month time. But if this link will be there for next 3, 4, 5, 10 years, you don't know where this website will get. Obviously, it's a bit like wishful thinking, I know, but a bit of right because Nerd Wallet or this Maverick website back in the day they had DA0, maybe DA5, then 10, 20. So if only I can see that the website is good, writing about something that resonates with my website, and I can get a link, I'm going into that.
I like how you mentioned Stripe because that's something that I wanted to discuss as well.
Mhm.
They haven't launched the product until like they launched a landing page, but they haven't launched the product. They were collecting email addresses. They did this massive PR campaign, which allowed them to start being visible in the search results and being considered with their potential customers. That is really interesting. And only then they launched the feature itself. So, what do you think of this strategy?
I think it's great. I think it's great. I will tell you more about this kind of strategies. We have iPhone 14, yeah, the latest one. You can see how many iPhone 15 or maybe even 16 pages are already there waiting for release. Right now it's easy because probably the next one will be 15 and the one after this one will be 16 and so on and so on and so on. But earlier it was quite tricky because you had 3GS, 4, 4S, 5, 6, 6S, and it was not that easy. Then you had Excel, then you had something, something, something. Let's do. Maybe this will be interesting for our listeners. Let's share screen one more time, and let's do a test. So I will go to incognito. I will go to Google, and let's type um maybe in URL iPhone 15, iPhone 15, 6,000. Of course, there will be YouTube, there will be Instagram, but Reddit is already talking about upcoming iPhone 15. Yeah, uh, leaks reveal of iPhone 15 design, 20th February 2023. So there was lots of examples of this. I don't know if I can compare. If there is any price comparison website that can compare, um, yeah, I cannot find, or right now I cannot find, but you see, another example. Maybe this is not like, take a look. Flipboard.com topic iPhone 15. There is no such thing like iPhone 15.
But it's
But they
there.
don't, but they are, but it doesn't matter. In internet there is, and there is iPhone 16 and 17. But they did this intentionally because they know that that way they will have a little advantage over everyone else who will start writing. We know that it will come. We know that it will come, and why not to get ready? Why not to get prepared? Why not to start getting some links? If we are 99.9% sure that the next one will be iPhone 15, why not to get ready? And you can see that they have a whole cluster here about iPhone 15. You see that? iPhone 15. Let's see if they are already with iPhone 16. Not yet. But if I will type iPhone 16, then obviously I can see that gadget now, iPhone 16, is gadget now is ready. Probably Apple didn't know yet about this, but doesn't matter. I can even give a little upsetting example, but I think worth to mention because we are here to share thoughts. There is this quite yes, exactly. Um, there is this practice that some newspapers are designing pages of people who are on the last days with us here in this world, just to be ready that when they will pass away, press enter, and it's published. And they even can prepare like the design. I think there was a couple of scandals that somebody didn't put no index, no follow, or by mistake it went into the sitemap, and some people could discover that there are some designs prepared for departure of some known people who we know that they will be not long with us in the next couple of weeks. Very, very, very. I think not very ethical practice, but I wanted to mention this just to be fully transparent.
Yeah, it's very pragmatic, I think, like pragmatic. So yeah, it is
Yes,
that example, but the iPhone, that's
yes.
crazy. But yeah, like building up, pre-building your presence is just
Yeah,
incredible.
but Alina, you have the same with Bitcoin price prediction. What Bitcoin will be worth in 2024? Nobody knows. It can go up or down or in the circles. But there is so many articles, deep analysis, because they know that when the 2024 will come, they can always modify this a bit, tweak it, whatever. But they had already this URL that aged, the URL that already is ranking, and so on and so on and so on. So it's potentially the same like writing about upcoming Olympics. Olympics, I think, also is fading a bit. It's not anymore like the thing like people are following. But back in the day, I think like Beijing, I think 2008 it was. I could see. Oh, I remember like Euro 2012 was Ukraine Poland. Yeah, Euro 2012, and some guys bought a domain euro2012.pl many years before, even if there was any sign that it may be in Poland and Ukraine. Then it happened in Ukraine, and they were like, "Ha, we have a domain." Obviously, they had no resources to do something, and the problem with these things are they are prominent to the point of the date, and then they fading. Yeah, then no one is searching that much about Euro 2012. It was like 10 years ago. The same London Olympics or something. So you can only the same with Brexit. Yeah, it was a big thing to the Brexit voting, and then everything fall. So I think right now people are trying to gain as much as possible for this iPhone thing and so on. iPhone 15. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. These are the things that are very easy to predict.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You are amazing with this. Where do you have all these graphics? You
Look,
didn't.
this is so strange. This is my second day in Poland, and this is the second day in a row where when I hear about Euro 2012,
That's called Mandela effect.
I exactly. Okay,
Yeah.
um, before we wrap up, I have let's summarize. So, your opinion, what criteria would you need would okay, what it takes to rank high for that search term?
Yes. So I think maybe we can, as a summary, we can go for a moment for this website. So I'll share screen once again, and it was. I think I have it. Yeah, here. Take a look. I absolutely love it how it's designed. This. I don't know what is the name of this color.
Burgundy, something like that.
Burgundy. Yeah, like there is a theory that boys only recognize like green, red, blue, and yellow and orange. I
You
don't.
learn.
Like when we're going into this area of Burgundy and turquoise, then my brain is already like, whoa. But this Burgundy, yes, Burgundy wine color, it is amazing and beautifully designed website where everything is in the right place. Everything is in the right place. And this is probably part, or if not half, of the success. This is a bit too much. I don't get this. This is the only thing I don't like. This is like creepy because I'm scrolling and it doesn't scroll. But okay, maybe this is me. And here we have another. No other card can automatically control spend like that, and so beautifully designed thing. The second thing, it's not a wall of text. It's not a wall of text. It have lots of elements that really engage you and everybody. It has lots of elements that makes you to want to stay, learn about this product, leave an email, and so on and so on and so on. So the time on page, is probably maybe higher than other websites. Yeah, we would need to check this maybe on the other tools. Aside of this, obviously, very well optimized content, which is very well written, plain language with keywords and links, which we already covered there. But I think links and very well written content without the purpose, without the fact that it's so well designed. And take a look. This is like combination of very well focused a page that is super well focused on conversion. You landing here and you pretty much have everything what you would like to have. Just leave me an email and you can sleep well. Everything is done. And if you really want, then we have lots of info here below. But this doesn't distract you from converting here. So I think this is one of this example I would follow if it's about corporate card. And probably if I would go to other cards, you see this page unfortunately does not resonate with me as well as the other one. It's nice, it's well designed, but I'm not fully entirely sure
Too
what.
much.
Yeah, I'm not sure what are these gray lines. It's like something didn't load properly or notify me. Okay, and it's everything is like kind of like I have also a very big screen, so it can be like this. Yeah, it's okay. It's nice, but I think this one is absolutely extraordinary and in many aspects. So, guys from Rippling, if you listen to us, great job.
And interestingly, the color choice, I think it's very unusual for the finance web.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well that you said this. Back in the day, purple, especially in my country that I'm coming from, I will maybe share this very briefly if I can. Purple was a color that you was avoiding rather in Poland. Poland historically was very Catholic country. Purple is a color of um, when there was a remembering of crucifixion and the priests were wearing purple color. My mom was always saying like, oh no, don't buy purple trousers. That's not good. Purple, no. And somehow this purple been outside of the scope of colors that you would normally go with. Of course, now things are going forward and so on and so on, and you can see that purple is more often used. Like Stripe have some form of purple, NatWest, Cadbury's. I'm using purple. I like purple, but the burgundy I saw even way less often than the purple. And colors are fascinating. I saw a fascinating chart about cars in 80s and 90s, what colors been popular, and now very rarely you will see that proper green car, like back in the day it was normal, like I have a green Matisse and it's great, and today it's not like you'd buy, like, I don't know, like BMW X5 SUV green, like what is this, some kind of, like,
I
why
saw
green?
one.
Yeah, so there are, if you search that online, like popularity of colors of cars over the years, you can see how right now the colors are very neutral, like white, gray, dark gray, very dark gray, black matte, like red sometimes, blue, but not this kind of like blue proper. And this burgundy that we have on Rippling, I have a friend who is always saying, like, yeah, that is yeah, you will see this car only, like, someone is buying Lambo and it's like saying, like, hey, take a look, neighbors, I have a Lambo, but you will not buy like a normal, like, why, when it's about the Rippling, then, like this color, my colleague used to say, like, that's the sophisticated burgundy. He always differentiate between just a normal burgundy, just the ordinary normal burgundy, and the sophisticated. And he was like, we had a redesign in one company. It was like, you see, now we went into area of sophisticated blue. So yeah,
It makes a big difference. So
absolutely,
to sum up, it's everything is about the quality. Either we're talking about the website design, UX, backlinks, content, it's all about the quality. It always is.
absolutely. And if you are not offering corporate credit cards, don't try to rank on corporate credit cards. That may not make much sense.
Thanks a lot. I
Thank you
had
very
so much
much.
fun. It was amazing.
Thanks a lot for having me. Thank you very much. And I hope that our listeners found this useful and interesting. And once again, I'm very grateful that I could share this today with you guys.
It was very useful for me for sure. Thanks a lot. Have a lovely evening. Yeah, evening.
Absolutely.
And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Likewise. Stay
Thank
safe.
you.